I got one to tell y'all today. Ooh, I just thought about this one. I said, oh, I gotta talk about this one. But check this out. So, you ever had that homeboy that he gonna ride? I don't care what it is, how late it is, how early it is, where it's at, he gonna pull up. I had one of them. I had one of them. I don't care. This dude was so reliable to everybody that knew him. Anybody that was in his life, he was reliable. He was coming for you. You know, you call him, he pulling up. Quick like. Nah, I ain't playing. So check this out. I'm from this little town outside of Charlotte, North Carolina called Gastonia. I ain't proud of it. I didn't ask to be here. My mama birthed me here. This is where some reason I landed. I don't like it. But anyway, I'm always moving outside the town, going to meet, people in other towns. And when I say people, I'm talking about women. I'm going to meet women in other towns. So one day I'm at this IHOP in Shelby. She'll eat my food, you know what I'm saying? And I end up meeting this young lady. Anybody know about Shelby? No offense to Shelby. Y'all got a history of a lot of bad stuff. Man, damn. Shelby about 15 minutes up the road heading toward the mountains. So I'm in there chilling, eating, and I meet this young lady. She on me hard, red bone, funny color eyes. I can't remember. I think she had red dreads or something. And mind you now, this is about 2000 and, when was this? 2006, 5, somewhere, 7, something about between 5 and 7. So I'm in that hopper meeting. I meet her. She cool. We chop it up, exchange numbers. So I get it. Now, mind y'all, this is when I'm with Sabrina now. I was cutting up now. Don't get it twisted. I started cutting up. Yes, sir. I started cutting back up on her. And if you ain't heard about Sabrina, go back and listen to the other stories or whatever I'm on right now, you going to find out about Sabrina. I got plenty of stories about Sabrina. So I'm in there, I'm living with Sabrina and, I'm conversing. I'm living with Sabrina, but I'm definitely conversing, you know what I'm saying, with these females because I'm a lot younger and I'm starting to realize who I am. So me and this girl, we talking and finally we get to a point we want to hang out. Now, I done messaged a few times, we done talk. We talking about hanging out public places. Finally, time came, me and Sabrina fell out, so it's open rain for me. You know what I'm saying? It's open rain for me. I decided I want to come visit you at your place. Now, listen, y'all. Don't you ever, ever go visit no woman at her house. Cause I'm telling you, you finna find out. So she was like, cool, yeah, come see me. My kids gonna be gone over, I don't remember who house, but the kids had a babysitter that night. So you know me, I'm finna work my mojo. And unfortunately, them Shelby girls, they got what we call a red liver. Anybody out there know what a red liver is? Did I say that right? Ooh, they are some of the most what's that word? They be wanting to hunch all the time. Ooh, all the time. They like you. You finna get some hunching. Yes, sir. You about to get some hunching. So you know, I'm free this night, heading up that way, go up there. I got the Cadillac. I know I got the Cadillac at the time, but I can't remember if I had the 24s on it. Now, Shelby dudes is notorious about hating. Not all of them. So I got some cool dudes out of Shelby. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to them. But some of them dudes, pure haters. But you know, I'm pushing the Cadillac on them foes, you know what I'm saying? This when 20 foes was big, jacked up in the air. Man, I get up there, back in, you know, she stays in some apartments, by the way. She stay in apartments. Now, this is probably about a month after I done met her. I done back then, I go in there, we chop it up, we talking, you know what I'm saying? It done got late, we vibing out. It wasn't vibing in, we was chilling, whatever. So, you know, through the process, she had told me, you know, her and her baby daddy wasn't together, she had no boyfriend, they had split up, you know, wasn't nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Anytime y'all hear that, get the hell on or bring it to your crib or go get a room. Do not ever, ever go back to Publix when she say that. Matter of fact, don't even go. I'm telling y'all, listen to me. Don't go. Young man, don't go. So I'm sitting in the crib, you know what I'm saying? And you know, like I said, them red liver Shelby, girl, I call them red livers. Them red livers out of Shelby. That red liver get the red livering. So you know, we go to the room and we do our little 1-2 thing. You know, that lasts probably about, I want to tell the truth, 20 seconds. That red liver be red livering. Ooh, that lasts for about 20 seconds. But we was laying in the bed, next thing I know, I hear do 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 do. I'm like, do what? Hey, somebody knocking at the door. She's like, oh, that's all. Don't worry about that. Like, you know, it's about 11 o'clock at night at this point. I'm like, that ain't right. Next thing I know, the knockers at the window. Doom, 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 doom. I'm like, oh, Lord. She got a knock at the window. I know what that means. It's trouble. It's trouble. And I say, who is that? Cause that knocking ain't stopping. He going back and forth. Or the knock, whatever. We gonna get to that. The knock going back and forth. So I say, man, come on, keep it real, man. You ain't trying to set me up, is you? She's like, nah, no, I'm not trying to set you up. Now, mind you, Facebook, all that stuff ain't in. We got cell phones, so I can't remember if GPS was in. It might have been. So I'm like, you trying to set me up? You know what I'm saying? She's like, nah. I ain't trying to say. I said, well, who is that? She said, that's my baby daddy. I said, what? Your baby daddy? I'm terrified. Cause I'm in Shelby. I'm way off in Shelby too, in some apartments in the country. They got projects in the country in Shelby. These cowboys got guns and they will use them. I'm like, Lord have mercy. This girl done got. I ain't gonna get home. I ain't got no kids this time, so I can't say I ain't got no kids. I'm just thinking I ain't gonna get to see Sabrina again. Yeah, I was a mess. But anyway, I'm talking to her. She like, I tell her to call the police. I ain't gonna lie to you. I said, call the police. Call the police. Call them. She went, you don't even call the police. This nigga going back and forth and boom, 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 hitting the door and the window and stuff. He ain't saying nothing though. He just knocking. Like, this must have been some sort of tactic. So first person I could think about was my homeboy, Cutter. Yeah, Chavin Kendrick, Cutter. And when I tell you, he ain't called Cutter for no reason, he got them cutters. You know, this boy love guns. He got all kind of guns. He got guns you ain't even heard of. He got them. You know what I'm saying? I called Cutter. I say, look, Cutter, man, I'm up here at Shelby, man. And, you know, I exaggerated the time, but I was really right. I said, man, there's about 20 dudes outside, man, and I'm at this girl house, man. I think she's trying to set me up. You know, man, I need you to come through, man, get me out of here. Boy, Cutter, when I tell y'all, I told Cutter, I directed him to where I was at. I can't remember if I gave him the address. I believe I directed him to where I was at. Cutter was there from Gastonia to Shelby, about 15 minutes. The part I was in was probably about 30. Cutter was there probably about 30 on the dot, maybe a little bit before. Next thing I know, I look out the window, I peep out. You know, I ain't want to do this number here. I peep out. She got about 3 windows in the house. I peep out. I see a light pull up. Cutter done hopped out the car. He got an AK in one hand and something else in the other hand. Hops out the car, walk up to the door. Doo, 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 doo. I say, that's what. You talking about somebody feel like a boss? I feel like a big dog. Huh? I feel like a big dog. Well, walked up that door, opened the door, looked back at her. Helpful. Walked out. It's about 10 of them dudes standing out there. They must ain't had no straps. Cause they was just looking like, yeah, well, you know what I'm saying? They might have said a couple things, but could have had them two blah 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 in his hand, and they don't want that problem. You know what I'm saying? Cause Cutter was about it, man. He was about it. And Cutter said, "Come on, Potlo, walk me to my car." You know what I'm saying? I open up the door, hop in. You know, I get in. I got the folds on that thing. Crank up, wait on Cutter to hop in his stuff. We pulls out. They couldn't have had no strap because they would start firing. They couldn't have had none. Man, I pull out, going 157 miles down the road, flying. Cutter behind me, you know what I'm saying? Man, I ain't gonna never forget that. But old girl tried to call me the next day, and that was it. I ain't never talked to her again. Never seen her again. Don't remember what she really looked like. Just light skin, red bone, red hair. That's all I can. Red bone with funny color eyes, red hair. That's all I can remember. But yeah, shout out to Cutter. But unfortunately, due to how Cutter was, being that he was this guy that was reliable to all his friends, always had his friends back. He had eventually lost his life behind a friend, protecting a friend. But when I tell you, rare breed, they don't make them like him. They really don't. They do not make them. And the thing about me and Cutter, we was cool, but we wasn't that tight to where you gonna jump up 12 at night to come rescue your homeboy. I mean, we was cool though. You know what I'm saying? I just wasn't around him every day. I was kind of had my own lifestyle. A lot of guys around him, they ain't had nothing going on. He was the person who had everything. They were leeching off not all of them, but definitely a good bit of them. But he was a good dude, man. R.I.P. to Cutter. Dad, man, he's so young. I hate that happened to him, man. Good dude though. But yeah, y'all, don't ever go over no girl house, man. Always, invite her back to your place and make sure she parks somewhere else because you don't know who following her. Or get a room and don't let her drive that car to the room. Don't put the room in her name. People will accept money for information. Be smart, man, because that could have ended bad for me. But I'm here to tell y'all about it. You gone.